Welcome to Not My Rabbit Hole podcast on Instagram. And so I'm just starting now. It's about 11:53 p.m. on, let me see, this is July 18th? Wait, are we July 18th? 19th? Okay, it's going to be the July 19th in not July, we're in June still. Is it July? What's going on? No, actually it is June 18th and about right now, and it's going to be June 19th at midnight. And then no, wait. What the hell? I should probably start over. Like, what the hell? What is today? Oh, well, does it really matter? This is not my rabbit hole at midnight. I think I'll just wait a few minutes before I actually start. I'm still waiting to see if anybody logs on right now. All right, so yeah, I do Not My Rabbit Hole. Like I said, I do it on Instagram on Friday nights, sometime around midnight, and then but I am early, so I'm kind of wasting a little bit of time here. Got some new stuff going on. I have a new Not My Rabbit Hole YouTube channel. Well, it's been around for a while, but I actually lost my old YouTube channel, which was a channel that I started back in 2014. When I was a host, I started out as a host with the Freedom of Joyce show on Revolution Radio. So I have been censored, and my channel went down. It just seemed like I got just like 8 different community guideline strikes, like I was a bad person. I was saying things I wasn't supposed to, for stuff that I said back in 2016. And a lot of the things that I was talking about was pertaining to the election in 2016 and the WikiLeaks that happened and how that had affected the election. So in a way, it's weird. It kind of freaked me out because there's, like I said, a lot of other people have said the same things that I have said back then. I mean, there was a time on YouTube where it was free. I think sometime we're gonna think about, oh yeah, remember the good old days where everybody just, we're like, oh wow, I can have my own channel. I could set up things. I can look, man, I'm making money. Like we have YouTube stars and it's like being in the old West. It's like, oh yeah, I got to make some really good jokes. Now I worry about, this is what I worry about. I used to worry about when I was working clubs, which I'm going to start doing again, by the way. When I was working clubs, the one thing I was worried about was that I would be too dirty, or, I'd have too much of an off-color joke, and I wouldn't get paid at the end of the night. Like I remember I literally there's a comedy club in Oregon that pays well. It paid pretty well, even if you were a featured act. But it had strange rules, like you couldn't take the Lord's name in vain. Number one, that was at a casino. All right, at a place where people are smoking and gambling, and the money from the casino doesn't, like some of those casinos are like, oh yeah, well, we're giving it to the Indian tribes. You know what? The federal government gets it first, and then it goes to the Indian tribes. Trust me, I know this. So people who are drinking and gambling, and probably fornicating or, picking up a hooker or two or whatever, you can't say the Lord's name in vain in front of them. Now, granted, I don't think you should say the Lord's name in vain, but, you can't do it. So any little tiny slip up, like, and then you're fired and you can't come back here again. No, but the other thing that was really odd was they said that you can't wear a tuxedo. So you can't take the Lord's name in vain, and you can't take a tuxedo. But I did go back several times to that casino, and who knows? Maybe I'll go back again because, I am able to, not take the Lord's name in vain. All right, so there's a few things I want to talk to you about. It's funny, I still don't have, we're telling your followers that you're started a live video. Hang on. We're telling your followers to join your video. All right, I guess nobody wants to talk to me tonight. That's okay, I don't need you guys. I don't need you guys to come here and be in my chat on Instagram. I really don't. I just really don't, Anyway. And I'm feeling good. Like I title it, I'm feeling good. Like I'm feeling good. Fish gotta swim. How do I feel? It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life for me. I made a post earlier today, actually, on Instagram, and how do you like this? Those of you who aren't actually can't see me, that you're just listening to the audio version of this. I have this little hoodie thing. It comes on and off. I guess I should go like this. I can go like this too. But it's kind of fun. It's sleeveless, and then it has this little funky little thing, headpiece that I can put around me. All right. I know you guys aren't here right now, but I know when you come in later, you're going to, oh, my God, what was she talking about? I love it. I love it. So I'm feeling good. But when you're feeling good, Mr. Asshole always seems to show up, right? You're like, oh, I got my life together. I'm feeling good. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Asshole shows up, and he's like, I'm here. I'm Mr. Asshole, and you're going to love me. I'm Mr. Asshole. Oh, here's somebody. Scotty Plum 54 joined. Hi, Scotty. I'm going to give you a little wave. Thanks for joining my midnight podcast. And matter of fact, it just turned midnight. It's like a minute after midnight. I'm going to do a quick 30-minute rant about the apocalyptic times. So fuck it. We're all going to die anyway. So yeah, we might as well have a good time, right? No, I know I'm being a fatalist. Everything's screwed. Let's just talk about it. But that's the whole point here. And I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know even know why you tuned in. Maybe you tuned in because you saw, oh, what an interesting little cloak you have on right here. I worked for many years as a stand-up comedian. And, I took a little bit of time off touring live. I took care of my dad for a while, and I went into doing some radio, online radio. And now I have a podcast, and I also have a YouTube channel. And then now I'd like to go back on tour. So this is just a little bit of an experiment of letting myself go for 30 minutes, talking about whatever happens to me in the stream of consciousness. Maybe I'll take a few nuggets of this and bring it into a full-time act. So if you want to follow me, I also just created a Not My Rabbit Hole Facebook page. So follow me there. So I was saying I was feeling good. I'm really actually feeling good right now. It's been a long time since I felt really good. Yeah, it's a brand new life. It's a brand new day. And I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Whenever you feel like that, guess who shows up? Mr. Asshole shows up. Mr. Asshole comes into your life and goes, oh, I'm gonna screw you up. I know I sound negative. I know I sound negative, but I have really bad taste in men, by the way, usually. Although, I might eventually get it right someday. But, I took this, now I'm gonna sound bad about me, because I took this quiz a long time ago. It was really kind of depressing. And it was like, okay, you take this quiz, and it gives you the percentage of men that would actually be attracted to you to have a relationship with you. I mean, I know that, men want to do me, or, well, let's throw a chick in there too, by the way. No, I'm joking, but I'm not. Cause I'm the grandma that you want to fuck. Now, I know that sounds awful and rude for me to say, but I just thought it's kind of funny. It's like, I wanted to say something about myself. I was going to go, you know what? I'm a senior citizen's wet dream, I was thinking about maybe even titling my next show, like I'm a senior citizen's wet dream, really, senior citizens can still be hot. All right. We can still be sexy. People can still desire us. Today I took a picture on Instagram. Now look, man, Instagram, when you they have all these apps now, like Face app, Face Tuner, this and that. You can change your eye color. You can do whatever you want. Like, you can take yourself back to 25 if you want to. Forget about lifting your face or lying in a med bed or whatever that's supposed to take you back to 25 years, which is like a scam. So don't listen to that. But forget about that. Just do get a face app, change your eye color, give yourself freckles, give yourself a facelift, put yourself a little pucker underneath here if you want to. You can do all kinds. I try not to do that though. I try not to do too much. Sometimes I do a little bit, for example, I did take a picture today, and I did with my hair wet. Because I have this one, because I like to wear weird little hair pieces, but I really do have hair. Like, this is my hair here, right? And this is just like a little fun thing, whatever. My hair's about to here. And I had this hater going, like, you're bald. And so now I just, I guess because I'm insecure or whatever, or just because I like to fuck with people, I go, I know this comment is for you specifically. I know I'm having fun, whatever, but there's like that, how there's a little inner dig, just like you know that your nemesis is like just going, ooh, and so I had my hair all wet, and I was like, yeah, this is my real hair wet, or something like that, just to kind of, maybe they didn't even pay attention, maybe they, whatever, but, I actually put they have the fake makeup. This is my real makeup. I'm not, this is my real makeup. I really did makeup, but sometimes you can actually do a photo, not even have any makeup on, and then put the makeup on after you take the photo. It's amazing. You can change your eye color. You could probably change everything if you wanted to. No, but, I think also at the same time, it's good to just let your flaws come out, right? Anyway, so I'm running on, the whole Instagram, Facebook, narcissistic culture, right? Welcome to narcissism. Welcome to dating on Facebook. No, but anyways, I posted it, and I don't know what's been happening lately, because I for a long time I wasn't really paying attention to men or dating. I was just kind of going, what do you do in a pandemic, really, hey, can I have, it's just, I don't know. And I am older, so, but anyways, this one man, started talking to me, and he was like, well, I'm 36, and, have you ever been with an older man before? I'm 36. Have you ever been with an older man before? I go, this guy's got to be pulling my leg, right? So I was like, well, I'm afraid to tell him how old I I am. Like, I'm even afraid to tell you how old I am because, there's such ageism going on. Like, if you tell people how old you are, then all of a sudden they go, "Oh God, you're old." Like, you're freaking ancient. And then, it's like, and then they go, and that's a whole nother playing field. Like, it's like, well, if she's old, then, maybe I just have to impress her a tiny bit because, she probably hasn't had it for a while. So, I don't really have to work too hard for the dry vagina. I'm joking. I don't know. I have dry vagina on my mind right now because, even on Facebook, it's like, I get all these ads, menopause, do you want to have progesterone? Do you, like, why don't you, try this and that? I'm like, I just don't want to see this anymore. Like, and I was thinking, well, maybe I should just lie about my age so I just don't have to look at the ads anymore. And, but then I thought, well, what age do you have to lie to become? What age do you have to lie to become, to not get the dry vagina ads? And that was my punchline on that. So yeah, I've dated Mr. Asshole before. I dated one guy. I was with him for quite a while, and he really actually thought that he was the second coming of Christ. And, really, he had a Jesus complex. And, and then, and then the next day he'd go, "Hey, do you mind if I pee on you?" Like, okay, as long as you do it downwind. But, it's like, please don't be Jesus. It's like, yeah, that's what happens when does that happen when you get older, or just, people are just freaks or whatever, Believe me, I've lived a long time. What kind of show is this? Yeah, this is the kind of show. This is the kind of show that I would get probably in trouble with back in the day. But now the main thing that we have to worry about is like, well, whether or not I can keep my Facebook account. I'm not talking about Joe Biden. I swear, don't take my Facebook account down. I'm not saying anything liberal. I'm not criticizing liberals. Please, just let me stay here a little bit longer. I'm your friend. So I talked about earlier. I talked about a little bit earlier. I don't know if Scott's still with me or not. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna take this footage and I'm gonna put it up on Anchor. I'm gonna take the recording and put it on Anchor. It goes on Spotify. It goes on Google Play and Outcast and a bunch of other channels. And then I take this and I put it on my YouTube channel. Which I'll do little clips, little highlights on my YouTube channel and let it play there. Also on my YouTube channel, I'm into the paranormal. I've been a big UFO nerd for a long time. And some of the radio networks that I was involved on would cover, UFO conspiracy stuff. But then I've kind of come through full circle. The whole red pill lingo, like break out of the matrix. You're a human battery. The whole red pill thing. I almost feel traumatized by red pill now because I'm like, you know what, take your red pill stuff and get it out. That's not the red pill. Like that's a Hollywood movie mind manipulation lingo, the whole rabbit hole thing. Like, I'm going down the rabbit hole. How far do you want to go down the rabbit hole? Well, is it dry? Is it a dry rabbit hole? No, I'm just kidding. When I asked some of my friends, there's a comedian named Dave Goodman that I've known for years. As a matter of fact, I knew Dave. I was married to a comedian. There was this thing going through Facebook. It was like, I was married to an electrician. Now I got shocked. Like, what's your punchline? And, mine was like, I married a comedian because he needed material. But I did marry a comedian at one point. And Dave Goodman was a comedian back then. We were all doing, this was probably, I don't know, maybe, I don't want to, like the 90s. This is like in the 90s, maybe even, yeah, it was at least 90s. And Dave Goodman saw my Not My Rabbit Hole I invited him to my Facebook page. And then Dave Goodman goes, every time I see the title of your show, I think like, not my rabbi's hole. Too Jewish? That's what he said. Not my rabbi's hole. And then this other guy, sent me a message and he goes, I don't know why, but the title of your show just like turns me on. Like, like it's just like, it's kind of sexy. And I'm like, really? Wow. I hope you're not Mr. Asshole. Come again, Mr. Asshole. Will Mr. Asshole take me out to, what was there's one guy, I used to have this one joke where I went out to, what was the name of that restaurant? I don't know, it's like I went out to La Fiesta Grande because he had a 2-for-1 coupon, It's true. It wasn't La Fiesta Grande, but it was this like major chain, and I'd say, yeah, we went out, because he had a 2-for-1 coupon, I know I'm being an ass, and like, okay, so I didn't get to the point. I'm skipping around everywhere, but I have a through thought. When I took this test about like, what percentage of men would actually want to like marry you, like, or make them their person, only 6%. I only appealed to 6% of the population, according to this quiz. And you know what? I'm okay with that, right? I mean, I'm okay with like even then I thought, 6%? Well, it's probably the best 6%. The best 6% would like be into like somebody like me. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm definitely not your average bear. I think maybe I'm an acquired taste. But one time, I remember when I was, I don't know, I might have been like 9 or 10 or something like that. And, my mom divorced my dad. And she was a single mother raising my brother and I. And I remember one time, like, I guess she was just really feeling bad. As we can as people. And I remember she was crying and she goes, I'm never going to find anybody. I'm never going to have love. There's nobody else. There's nobody for me. I remember she's crying about something like that. I mean, my mom might have been like 29, 30 at the time, when she was, having a bad moment. And I remember when I was a little girl, I said, no, Mom, there's somebody for everybody. Everybody has a special person, and I guess all you really need is just one special person. Like, you don't have to, like, you don't have to take a quiz and, find out that, only 6% of the general population is going to actually really find you okay to settle down with, I mean, like, screw that quiz, right? Because all you need is one, or maybe even 2. Maybe you're lucky for, to have 3 really great people in your life, but then I don't want to go too much higher because then you're going to sound like you're a whore. But, so I'm not going to lose faith, I'm going to think, hey, you know what? Maybe one of those guys one day, well, maybe they won't be Mr. Asshole. Maybe something actually different will happen. And really, it's like when you say to yourself, like, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me. It's really not because of what something outside of you happened. It's really how you feel inside. Because sometimes things could be just absolutely shit around you. Like even when we look at the world that we're living in right now, I think we're living in one of the most difficult times I've ever seen happen in human history. But I think we got to keep the faith. We got to keep the faith. We got to keep positive. And, we got to keep trying to make a joke about things. Keep laughing, right? And so I hope I got a few laughs out there, or like something I said might have made you smile. And I hope I didn't offend you too much. And yeah, I'm probably a senior citizen's wet dream.